Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Netherwar. Who watches the Warden? Thank you for joining us for your weekly dose of superhero shenanigans. My name is Alex, and I will continue to be your humble game master for this series. Tonight, we will be playing Mutants Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, produced by Green Ronin Publishing. It is a D20 system that focuses on exciting superhero action, with a character creation system that offers unlimited customization options to create your superhero. And one thing I also really enjoy is the use of hero points, which encourages players to really push their characters beyond their limits. These points can be used for rerolls, player scene editing, and even modifying or improving a character's powers in a pinch. They're earned by leaning into genre tropes, acting heroically good role playing, jokes I think are funny, and suffering setbacks just like superheroes in other media. We have gathered some backstabbed heroes tonight. Say, uh-oh, heroes.
Uh-oh,
Heroes.
heroes.
I want to give everyone a chance to tell us a little bit about themselves, the character they will be playing, where else we can find them, and to answer my question of the day, which is, what is your favorite TV show? Starting with Kevin.
You and your favorites.
Yeah, you're as bad as my nephew when he was 10.
What's your favorite?
My name's Kevin. I'll be playing Overdrive, I think. It's a lot of cryptic statements. So I don't know what's going to go on tonight. My favorite TV show. I'll be honest, when I went off to college, one of the expenses I cut was cable, and I never went back. So I don't watch much TV anymore. Um, Favorite TV show.
It could be a past favorite.
Okay, I mean, when I was a kid, I loved the cheese. Like, I was born in '72, so the late '70s, early '80s sci-fi stuff. I mean, it doesn't hold up well today, but like the original Battlestar Galactica or Buck Rogers, like that stuff was the cat's pajamas. Stay up, watch that, and a little bit later, Knight Rider come in there. It was just an amazing Friday night. Over to you, Josie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jonesy. I will be playing Mortis, our living dead dude.
You gotta quit saying that. Like Rob Zombie sings in my head every time you say that. Stop.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's also on brand for Mortis, so it's okay.
It's true. It's true.
I can be found here on Monday nights playing M&M with my amazing friends, and I can also be found here Tuesday nights where I'm currently the game master for Tales of the Finest, our Blue Rose 5e game. And favorite TV show? I don't know. I go through phases and go through moods. But one of my favorites, I will say, is The West Wing. It's amazingly written, and it was actually I recommended to me by my husband, who's like, "Hey, you want to talk about Vampires the Masquerade and how the inner council works in Vampire the Masquerade? Watch The West Wing," and he wasn't wrong. It's quite cool, and the dialogue is really good. So
I just like the way Michael Sheen puts on his jacket in that show. Over to Kat.
Hey, hi, I'm Kat. I'm playing Centurion. I am only here on Mondays right now until we play one of the other games that I'm just not going to come back for. I don't really have a lot to say about myself. My favorite TV show, this is a hard one for me. This one, people are probably going to bully me for this, but I really like BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, if you haven't seen it, like, you don't understand, because you're like, why is she watching a show about a horse? But, like, it just, like, really, really makes you understand mental illness, and, like, it's the first show that I ever watched that made me feel, like, seen in my mental illness, and it was really cool. So once you get past the first, like, 6 episodes where you're like, what is this? It gets really good. So, yeah, then I'll just pass it on to Andy.
I am Andy. Tonight I am playing Resonant, our resident gem mage. Let's see. You can find me here for our Mutants and Mastermind streams on Monday. You can also find me over on our YouTube channel where I host our Storyforge series, where we talk character creation, GM tips and tricks, just kind of all sorts of stuff. We're on a little bit of a hiatus now, but you can find our back issues up there. while we prep for the next season. Favorite TV series. I'm kind of like Jonesy. I'll go through fits and phases where certain shows catch my interest and stuff and that. So favorite, it bounces. Stargate SG-1, Farscape. I'm really actually enjoying Lego Masters. If anybody's seen that, that's a really fun little reality TV competition where they build really cool things with Lego. And that's
That show
awesome.
stresses me out.
Stresses you.
Just when they get down to the line and they're like, we're not going to finish our project, or they finish it and then it falls over, like half of it knocks over on the way to the judging table.
Yeah, so I'll just go through fits and phases and that kind of stuff for what I'm actually like really interested in. But Stargate SG-1 and Farscape, I can always go back and rewatch. So over to Calvin.
Okay, well, I'm Calvin, and today I'll be playing the awesome Archer Bowman with his incredible array of arrows and permanently broken heart. Just when he thinks it's fixed. Gosh, I mean, where you can find me here every Monday, of course, as well as over on YouTube on the Win with Dice channel, where we have weekly GM podcasts and occasional streams of Lancer RPG, and hopefully doing some gaming streams in the future, probably this week. And as for the answer to the question of the day, my favorite TV show. So I was trying to think of like just the one, and especially if you open up to like past TV shows, that's just like a whole bunch of options. So I was kind of going for like the most recent one, and like, you know, with most streaming shows, you know, you kind of watch them and forget about them until the next season comes up. But for me, I could keep rewatching The Mandalorian like over and over again, because it's just top tier Star Wars. Especially the soundtrack, I could just listen to that forever. I just rewatched like a certain episode in season 2 where a certain bounty hunter shows up and earns his reputation, and you know, I could watch that all day. So I will go with that one.
That's a great choice, Calvin. I was going to say that's one of my favorites. It's hard to pick one favorite TV show because I watch a lot of TV, but
As the person who chose the question.
Well, you know, Game of Thrones up to season 4, Dexter up to season 4.
So you have to like all of it. You can't say, oh no,
Yeah.
only at this point does it.
Up to 4, he loves no more.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
right.
why I didn't say Arrow.
Yeah, that ruled out almost all the CW shows for me, because I like them, but you know, they're not my favorites because there's.
Yeah, I really love Legends of Tomorrow. I think that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite shows, just because it consistently gets better. Except for when it gets weird. When it's weird, it's really good. So I don't know. I really like Legends of Tomorrow, and I'm glad I get to live in the prime of Matt Ryan Constantine before Warner Brothers ruins everything again. So irritated that we are missing out on good Matt Ryan Constantine because they want to cast somebody else to be on HBO Max for some dumb reason. I don't know.
As if they can't have two.
I know.
They said we can't have two versions
Flashes.
of the same character.
Except
They do
for
have
the
two
Flash.
Flashes, and they have two Supermen, except I think they're facing
Yes.
Henry Cavill out. But
3 Batmans.
Yeah.
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 4 if you count Michael Keaton.
Oh, I was.
He's still
I said
kicking.
that.
Yeah, they got Jorah Mormont playing Batman now on
Yeah.
Titans.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, you forgot that one. Yep.
That's the one, yeah.
What about Will Arnett as Lego Batman?
That also counts, yes.
We're not
Well,
even going to
back-
count animated voices. 'Cause then it is an infinite frontier. Hell, we're
Yep.
never going to get done.
Oh, awesome. Well,
Maybe
I think
Batman.
without further ado, we can get started. So last time on Netherwar, our heroes were joined by the missing Master Mage, Adrian Eldritch, played by our good friend Steve Kenson, as they delved into the dungeon dimension trying to stop the terrible Toy Boy from destroying the Mask of Malador. And if that isn't enough alliteration for you, I can't help you. The group was confronted by the dragon of the dungeon, Makayota, but they were able to slay the skeletal sentinel. After this, they entered into a skill challenge trying to navigate the twisting turns of the labyrinth while avoiding Warden's security system. They made their way to the vault, where they had a fun reunion with the first villain they fought on stream, Bress the Beautiful, who turns out is even more of a punk when facing a group of PL-11 heroes than he was fighting PL-8. Once they opened the vault door, chaos ensued. The Mask of Malidor disappeared with a pop, sending Toy Boy into a rage. He unleashed some not-so-mint-in-box action figures of the Freedom Wing Dark and possessed a massive demonic teddy bear statue. But with teamwork and Overdrive disassembling the plastic powerhouses, the heroes triumphed over Toy Boy. That should have been the end of their troubles, but the vault door slammed shut, as Sophie revealed who she was and what her intentions were. Turns out, Sophie was once Adrian's apprentice, whom he deemed too dangerous to become Master Mage. Eldritch wiped her memory and severed her connection to magic, but apparently not well enough. Sophie said the heroes could go free if Adrian died. Adrian, to his credit, sacrificed himself, and Sophie set the heroes free. She told them to stay out of her way and left the dungeon dimension with Warden's key, leaving the heroes with no way out of the dungeon dimension and with the question of what happened to the real Warden. We rejoin our heroes as they plot their next move out of the dungeon dimension.
Somebody's gonna have to pick Resident up off the floor because she's still sobbing while the Cloak of Flight is trying to comfort her.
I gotcha. I'll just throw you over my shoulder, fireman style.
The lower parts of the cloak are just sort of wiping your face, like windshield wipers.
We're gonna need new character art. I'm just kidding.
I want
Alright.
Spacesuit Resident. That's the action figure I want.
I mean, same. Yeah, Bowman is still very shaken, still very thrown by what's happened here. Probably going to try and compartmentalize it for now and say, all right, we need to focus up. We got to find Warden. We got to deal with all the breakouts here, and we got to find a way out of this dimension. And we need to find that mask and secure it.
Any ideas?
Have we determined is the interior parts of the Warden's dimension permeable?
Mortis
Can I-
knew that he was able to get through the vault door, but it would have triggered the traps on the door in the room before. So it is theoretically possible that some of the walls can be permeable.
I will attempt to phase through the wall next to the vault door, so as not to go through the vault door. Does it permit me to pass?
It does not.
Someplace that the vault will probably stop you. The prison cells will probably stop you. Some of the
So if he's not in the vault, and we're pretty sure of that, if you can get us out of the vault, I can try to search the rest of his. Is his dimension like semi-eternal? Is this like a limitless space, or is there a finite amount of space in this little pocket dimension?
It is
do we
hard
not
to
know?
tell from your current location. But there was a lot of like Escher drawing stuff going on your way here, with staircases that went nowhere and weird shifting hallways and stuff. You get the idea that it might be an infinite space.
If we get out of this vault,
The vault door should be open.
Gemma, can you heebity-jeebity something of Wardens that we could try and get some kind of signal?
She'll kind of bat the cloak away from her eyes, and she'll just kind of wipe the tears away. Yeah. If I have something, I might be able to put a locator spell together. It shouldn't be too bad.
You guys do
Is
have
there
his
any-
costume.
over here was mask.
Yeah, that'll work. Give me a couple of minutes. Just make sure nothing bothers me.
Yeah, I'll cover the hallway.
So, I
Nice.
have Ritualist, Alex.
Okay.
So, do I just need a expertise magic roll
Yes.
for a locator spell?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's a 22.
Are you happy with the 22?
No, not when I have plus 20 to the friggin' magic roll. All right, 33.
33
You
is
happy with the 30?
above what you needed, so that's fine. That's good.
A 2 and a 3 in a row.
Yep.
We're off to a
There, they're
great
done.
start.
They're out of the way.
Yeah, get it out now.
So,
I hope
Resonant,
so.
you begin this ritual spell to try and do this location thingamajig. And you're getting a lot of energy through here. You're realizing as you're sort of tapping into the magical flow of the dungeon dimension that there's this energy that sort of permeates the entire area that seems to link to the CCV system. A number of crystals that are around that seem to be security cameras, and they all seem to that energy seems to flow down into a centralized location. You think there might be a directory or a monitor hub or something nearby.
Okay. She's gonna get up once she finishes that, and she's gonna look up at the crystals. Do they look Lafandi in origin?
They do not.
Okay. So I found a probably Warden's monitor hub. Might be the easiest way to find him. It's down a few levels. I think I can guide us there.
Okay. Everybody ready?
No, but
Speed wake.
Blech!
Everybody's
I'll
frozen.
keep it. Yeah, I'll keep it subsonic just so nobody hurls.
So everybody gets caught up in the speed wake. You can hear that the sound of chaos seems to be slowing down around you all. You don't hear as much combat or alarms, klaxons firing off. As you just sort of race through the number of these moving staircases and up these different hallways and things, you do come to a central room where you notice that this energy, especially Resonant, who's tapped into it, it all culminates in this central chamber. And it has a big steel door that says monitor.
Just you should probably check that door for any security measures before we go bursting into there. I'll see what I can do.
Do you think they're going to be technological in nature?
Well, clearly any magic thing is going to fly under my radar, so I could probably use a hand.
Yeah. Yep, I can do that.
The cloak reaches out and tries to grab a hold of Bowman's hand.
40.
Technology check?
Yes, technology check.
Okay, just making sure. Ooh. I mean, I should probably roll that again because I think I'm actively making things worse with the results of that roll.
Sorry, I stole your 20.
Oh, it's fine. One of us needed it.
Yes, give me all of your hero points, everyone.
Oh my god.
Oof. Ugh, 18.
18 doesn't make it worse, so that's good news.
That's good news.
I could live with that.
You're all Resonant and Bowman are sort of examining the door. You're not picking up on any security measures, but it does seem to be biometrically linked to Warden to gain access. Resonant with a natural 20, you think that something in the costume is what it scans, because Warden's not traditionally outside of his costume.
I want to brace to sort of prepare to react to anything that triggers if we don't successfully unlock the door without tripping something.
President will take Warden's mask and kind of pass it in front of the door.
You see the monitor glows blue and the door slides in like a Star Trek door. And inside you can see a massive bank of TV screens, a number of different keyboards, some filing cabinets. There's a big desk, a rolly chair that rolls around the room. There is a very cold cup of coffee on the next to the keyboard. And looking at all the monitors, it does seem to track the entire facility from this location. You can see in a few of them that there are some prisoners who are still fighting with the security measures of the prison. You do see there's a couple of prisoners who have been corralled into various traps, and are either paralyzed or being electrocuted and being dragged into their cells again by these big sort of psychic projection tulpas, like the ones that you fought with the dragon last time.
Can we see Warden on any of these monitors?
We're going to go ahead and jump into a skill challenge. So, each of these checks is going to represent 5 minutes of effort. We can do an investigation check to analyze Warden's files. Expertise magic to create a spell to break into the computer itself. Technology check to hack the terminal. Interaction skill checks to convince the system to help you get the situation under control. Or anything else that you guys can think of. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
Who's good at perception?
I am pretty good at perception.
Got a 10.
12.
Yeah, I have a 12.
You take
I can investigate. Yeah, I can start us off with an investigation if everyone's still deciding.
Go for it.
Go for it.
All right. So yeah, Bowman's gonna set to either looking through what available screens there are on the computer or any other files that might be around here. See what I can dig up. With a 25.
Beautiful. Success. You're sort of looking through Warden's notes and his various files. You do notice that he has some information about the ciphers that he prefers to use, and he does mention that there is an AI attached to the terminal that is supposed to help him monitor everything. You will give a +2 circumstance bonus to one character for their check to break the code. So whoever you want to give that to, Bowman.
I got technology of 9. Anybody else got a better shot at cracking the code?
Nope. Do
I
you want
have
that
a 1.
plus?
Not technology, no.
Do you want that +2?
Yeah, if you don't mind. All right, so adding 2 onto the tech roll to hack into the system for a 29.
Nice.
Thank you, Bowman.
Excellent work. So between the two of you, that's 4 degrees of success so far. So Overdrive, you're sort of hacking into the terminal, you're messing with it. You're going through a number of different ciphers that Bowman's sort of reading off to you off of the notes. And you get it to turn on, and you see this little system AI pops up. It looks like a comical little orange hologram wearing a prison jumpsuit with a ball and chain around its foot.
God.
It says, "Welcome back, Warden. Thank you for coming to assess the situation. We have had a bad night."
Yes, we have.
You ain't wrong.
How can I help you?
How do they talk to this thing to help it, to ask it to find you-know-who when it thinks we're you-know-who?
All we have is mask.
That's true. Would that be a deception check?
It would be.
Okay. So, I mean, I've already or does it matter that we all take a turn, or?
It doesn't matter to me. It's up to you guys.
I have a deception of 10.
Deception is not my strong suit.
I have a deception of 0. So.
I have 9.
I wonder how Tracy and Centuria feel about you having a 10 in deception, Overdrive.
Hey, it's not like my character sheet is tattooed onto my costume. I mean, technically speaking, nobody knows I have a deception of 10.
If you have a secret identity, you need high deception.
Yeah, you
How
tell
many
them.
other side
Yeah.
chicks you got I don't know about, Overdrive?
Oh, man.
Come on, man. It's not even 7:30 and you're already pulling this. I will put on the mask and kind of say, I think I have a clone who may be mistakenly wrapped up in all this carnage. So I need you to help me find the other me.
Good choice. You do get a
It's a
+5
17.
circumstance bonus for wearing the mask.
Well, that's good. That's good because that gives me a 22 then.
Are you happy with the 22?
Oh, Lord. No, I'm not. So that is a 23, son of a bitch. No, it's not. I forgot the +5. Ha ha, 28.
That's a success. Good choice.
All right.
The little AI kind of looks at you for a second, and he says, "Boss, I thought we had a rule about cloning ourselves.
Look,
You've been cloning yourself this whole time? I could clone myself for free. I'm a hologram."
it's an experiment. It didn't go as planned, so I'm going back to our rule. But I had to try something. You know, every now and then I got to keep you on your toes. So that's why I didn't tell you ahead of time. But just find the other me.
Rude.
Hey, I get a quarter.
Warden doesn't.
Oh, right. I mean, send overdrive a quarter.
Who?
Belay that last order.
Blake.
The AI starts pulling and going through a number of different video files. Yeah. That is enough successes to get what we need to get. So, you start going through, and he pulls up a number of different files. He pulls up a whole directory, which gives you an in-depth roster of the prisoners currently imprisoned within the dungeon dimension, and their whereabouts, including Warden, who is being held in the decommissioning center on the far side of the dimension.
Oh, that sounds like it's a long way off.
It is a long way, but you know that, don't you, Warden?
Of course I knew that. I was merely inner monologuing on the outside. Okay?
You've been spending
Look,
too much
it's been
time
a-
with the villain prisoners.
It's been a stressful day. Map me the shortest route to my other self.
Right away,
Allow-
sir. And he sort of...
Allow myself to introduce myself.
And he kind of goes through. He says, I have a couple of other prisoners who have escaped the dimension in all this chaos. I'll upload that list to you as well."
Yes, that is good. They'll need to be tracked down.
Yes. And he begins giving you a number of different routes that you could take to get to the decommissioning center.
Okay.
And he pulls up a screen, and you see a hallway that leads into an area that says decommissioning center, but the camera feed is very fuzzy there. It's really hard to see exactly what's going on.
But there seems to be a fair amount of activity.
It's hard to say. The hallway looks empty, but you could see sort of this scintillating pattern moving through the air down there.
That doesn't sound good at all. So with quickness 12, can I examine these various routes and see if there's a slightly longer route that would avoid that, or is we're pretty much diving into the chaos and that's just how it's going to be?
That looks like all the routes terminate there. That seems to be the door into the decommissioning center.
Charming. There's no avoiding it. You know what this means, gang.
Yes, we do.
Means we get
All right.
hero points.
Prepare for... Load up for bear. Brace yourself.
Who else is still missing? Who's...
Who else is it shows us who got
Yes.
loose, right?
Yeah.
Yep, the people who have escaped include Medea, Wildcard, Tom Cypress, Pandemic, and Quirk.
Here.
And the hits just keep on coming.
Medea is here because we stopped her in the Nexus all the way back in book 1.
So is Tom Cypress.
Mm-hmm. Dracula is too, but we already know.
But he
Past
said,
him.
"Nah, I'm good."
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, when you're ready,
Yeah.
I will speedwake us over there.
Don't let the AI see you doing that.
Of course not. We're gonna exit this room before we do that. I'm gonna put the AI back into standby mode. We need to roll for that, or is it just like an automatic? You know,
No, he'll go back to standby mode. if
shutting
he wanted
down
to.
windows. He's like the paperclip.
Oh no, no Clippy.
It's Cuffy.
Hero
orders to
point.
hero
Hero point. Yes.
It
Yes.
looks like you're trying to stop a prison break. Would you like help with that?
I was actually imagining it, Alex was going to say it's one of the prisoners from Prison Architect. Little 8-bit sprite of a prisoner.
That's so wrong.
Oh, that would have been good. I haven't played that game in forever. It's a good game.
Oh. Yeah. All right, let's go.
I haven't played anything other than Mutants and Masterminds in forever. The Blue
What
Rose.
you
Well, I
need
for
to-
one appreciate that.
All right, so you all have the location of the decommissioning center. You are free to head that way if you wish.
Yep.
Awesome. So you all go racing off through the prison, which you notice at this point is completely silent as you're making your way down through this area. Anybody who was still out of their cell seems to be contained or has escaped, and the guards are beginning to shut down, go into standby mode, waiting for orders from the warden from the sound of things. On your
Well,
way
this is-
down through the decommissioning center, you do come racing through a number of these different swooping hallways and moving staircases, and you end in this hallway. There's this sort of big rusted iron sign that says decommissioning center at the top of the hallway, and between you and the end of the hallway you can see what looks like a cloud of TV static. Sort of that white and gray and black.
Oh no. We've ended up in the Shocker movie. This isn't good. These kids don't remember that late 80s horror stuff. Oh.
It's going further back than
That's
that.
Poltergeist, isn't it?
There was a Wes Craven movie called Shocker where the guy was electrocuted and then he ended up being inside the TV.
Approaching the wall of static, TV static, you can see a number of different letters floating around in the static. Seem to be made of these weird, like, you know, like on those old TVs where the green letters or the red letters would pop up in the top, like Channel 3, Channel 4, all that fun stuff.
Mhm.
It's that kind of font.
Ah.
And those are the letters. I will share them on stream as well.
Oh no, puzzle.
The letters are TAFIMEIDMNGIIKNINRE.
It's not two eyes after that G.
Can someone
There
punch
are
the
two
walls of
eyes
reality
in
and
that
solve this
Okay.
puzzle? Centuria, punch the walls of reality and make this puzzle solve itself. I protest.
Just solve the
Uh,
last one.
I want Paul Lynn for the block.
You do
Okay.
notice that a number of sentences begin appearing as well in the TV static. The first of which says, if you, and then there's an empty space, and it says, and are able to.
If you blank and are able to.
And another sentence that says, you remember there's a blank NG on cereal and milk with your friend.
A friend or by a vowel or
There's another one that says, put your blank on the pulse of Saturday mornings. And there's a blank, the letter Y, period. Join me for some fun. Go nuts.
On serial. So a lot of eyes there.
Mm-hmm.
Finger. Put your
finger on the
pulse.
pulse of Saturday mornings.
Okay, well, let's just highlight ourselves.
Okay. Does it look like all of the letters, when they're used, are not used again,
Yes,
Alex?
it does look like
Okay. Okay, so we would take off. So we would just have. No. So the TAM I.
And they are capitalized and punctuated as they are shown in the sentences.
Yeah. Okay. So if we're gonna use, I gotta pull up
Dining on cereal and milk, maybe.
maybe. Let me see here. Okay, so let me write this down real quick so I can do things. TAFAMEIDMNGIIKNINRE. So if we're gonna take out for finger, so FIE N G
I want to
R.
just shoot a sonic arrow into this thing.
I cast purple with the darkness.
Okay.
I don't know if Bowman's in the right mindset for puzzles right now.
So after finger on the pulse of Saturday morning, we have TAMIDMIIKNINE left.
Why is the A capitalized in the first sentence?
It probably relates to what it's probably relating to the word that's missing. DINI. So if you think it's dining on cereal and milk, we would go down.
It's the on that's throwing me off.
Yeah.
That feels a bit too fanciful for the sentence that's made here, but it's the only thing I can think of. But it would take out a D-I-N-I.
D-I-N-I, yeah. So that would leave us with TAMMIKINE. Which leaves.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
Catherine, you had a good idea with the capital A in Able.
Okay, but I don't know what that means.
Hey, what could that ends with the Y be? Matey?
M-A,
Yes.
M-A, yeah. If it's matey, so
But
Are we
then,
fighting a
so-
pirate?
M-I.
Oh no.
M.
but then we're left with an M, two I's, a K, and an N for the other
No, okay. Yeah,
word.
T-A-M. So M-I-K-I-N.
The K is throwing me off. Like, there are so few words with the K.
Mm-hmm. Especially with that set.
Yeah, I don't think it's matey, to be honest.
Maybe it's Katie.
Ew.
Does Ray Gardner Jr. refer to Centuria as Katie? Maybe it's his revenge. Maybe it's Revenge of the Broken Hearts Club tonight. Oh snap! I'm gonna get punched for that.
All right, so we don't think it's matey.
No.
Okay.
You
And
guys should have one more N left too.
If it was matey, we had M-I-K-I-N left. Unless I didn't take something outright. Let me go back.
Is this with us saying it's dining?
Yes,
Did
this
we
is what
cross
this.
it?
Yeah, so let me go back to TAFIMEIDMNGIIKNINRE. If we're gonna say that's finger, so I'm going to it's gonna be TA. F and I we're keeping, or F and I we're taking out. Then it's M. I'll take out the E because finger, so I've taken out F, I, and E from finger. I, D, M, N, G we take out. I, K, N, I, N, E. So we end up with T, A, M, I, D, M, N, I, K, N, I, N, E. After finger.
Can we spell IDGAF? No, I'm just kidding.
No, we use the F for finger.
Oh, I hate these puzzles.
I'm not this kind of smart.
I will never forget. Kevin played the Riddler in a Suicide Squad game that I was running, and they ran into a puzzle, and everybody was like, "You're up, Riddler." Kevin was like, "I hate this."
Yes, I was set up. I will never play a puzzle solver again. Man.
Okay.
He was
so
Frank
let's see.
Gorshin Riddler too.
Yes. Well, of course.
Finger. All right, so let's see what we've got here. If we do dining, it's going to leave us T, A, M, I, and D, go, M, N goes, I goes, so I, K, N, I, N, E.
And don't forget the NG for dining is already on.
Yeah, I know. So it's
Yeah.
D-I-N. It's D-I-N-I is all we lose from that one. So I-D-N and one I. So that leaves us with T-A-M-M-I-K-N-I-N-E. If it's matey, M-A-T, M I K N I N.
I don't think it's matey because it's like it's its own little sentence. Like there's a period after it.
I know, but
There's not a period after friend.
Not? Oh, yeah. No. There's...
You remember blanking on cereal and milk with your friend, but you're blank on the pulse of Saturday morning. It just sounds so stupid.
We need to find out who made this and punch that villain in the face.
Agreed.
It's me. I'm
Sorry,
villains.
Yes, I know, Alex.
I was gonna say
We're jumping you after this.
So far you guys have spelled finger and D.
And what?
Finger
What?
Beanie.
finger and dining.
Oh,
No, we
we
spelled
used.
Dini because there's other letters we already used.
Wait a minute. Is this Batman authors? Bill Finger, Paul Dini? You son of a bitch.
Is it?
What are the other ones, Kevin?
Is Bob Kane? If you can and are able, oh, that's
Kane,
Oh
yeah.
my!
you son of a
That's why it was
bitch.
capitalized. Oh, I was like, there's no C in there.
I'm
Kane.
like, Kevin, use
All
your
right.
knowledge.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so Kane leaves us with T M
Tim.
Tim T-I-M-M
Timmy.
Timmy. Yep.
It's Paul Tim.
Oh, I never would have gotten there.
Wow.
Never would have gotten
I figured this crowd would figure it out eventually.
there. Thanks, Kev. You could have been the Riddler. This
No, I couldn't have. Because the Riddler would have done that in 3 seconds in his head. It wasn't until I saw the first two typed out, I'm like, wait. Dini.
Yeah.
Dini. Wait. Finger. Bill Finger, Paul Dini. Like,
Oh my
because
God.
I was looking at the first clue, I'm like, if you can and are able, I'm like, yeah, there's no C. And they're like,
That's why I kept freaking out because I was like, May? No, that doesn't.
and it's like, if
track.
you can and are able, I'm like, son of a bitch.
So, when all the words coalesce into the right space, they do spell if you can and are able to put your finger on the pulse of Saturday mornings. You remember dining on cereal and milk with your friend Timmy. Join me for some fun.
Wow.
Wait.
Oh.
So if you can and
They're
are able
in-
to put your finger on the pulse of Saturday morning.
Oh, you gave us the clues out of order.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they were capitalized
Ah.
differently.
Loser.
I had it faster if they were in order. It's all Alex's fault.
I wouldn't have, but I'm still
Sure.
mad about it.
No, I totally would not have.
So, as all those letters sort of lock into place as you're saying these things, they don't mean a whole lot to you as characters.
Let's just
We're all really smart.
You notice that the static, the TV static begins to solidify and freeze. And looking beyond, you do see it looks like it is a portal that you could step through.
does it lead into the decommissioning center, or is it like in our way?
You look it through the portal and you can see what looks like something that looks like a decommissioning center ahead of you.
Is there a judge's desk with 3 faces behind it?
No.
They're even in chronological order when the clues are in the right order, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Cane, finger,
Wow.
Wow. I could have been the Riddler. No. No. I could have been somebody. I could have been a Riddler.
Kev, I love you, but you're more a clue master than the Riddler.
Oh. That hurts, Josie. That hurts.
Wow.
Before we go through
Billy
this-
Mack showed up just in time to see me catch that fish in the face.
I
Oh.
will.
But before we go through this portal, I'm gonna take out a swing arrow, and I'm gonna shoot the grapple line through it. So we have a rope back to this side, which might get cut off if the portal suddenly splits or something. But Bowman's gonna play it safe.
Awesome. So you're all going through the portal?
There doesn't seem to be any other way forward.
Looks that
Yeah.
way.
There we go.
Awesome. So, you begin going through the portal, and the world stretches and pulls around you. Somewhere far in the distance, you hear the click of an old TV powering on, and moody industrial music swells in your head as your consciousness races up the side of an Art Deco skyscraper. Lightning flashes in the red sky, and you see blimps with spotlights flying low over an impossibly large city. The shadows move around you as criminals race through the streets below, chased by police cars. You find yourselves sort of pulled into the chase, destroying their car and cornering the crooks on a rooftop. Another jump cut shows the criminals defeated and tied up, and you all are standing on a nearby rooftop as lightning flashes around you. Before you
Can't
can
believe they
truly-
blew up that thing.
Before you can truly process what just happened, you find yourselves parking a long black car and several motorcycles in the courtyard of a Gothic asylum. Rain pours down as you step out of the vehicles and into a series of double doors. Looking at yourselves, you see that you have taken on strange proportions, and your costumes seem to be straight out of a 90s cartoon. The men all are triangle-shaped, with very broad shoulders going down to very narrow feet. And all the women have the same body type, because Paul Dini has a type.
Bruce Timm has a type.
Both of them have a type. So why don't you guys sort of describe what your costume looks like in DC Animated Universe style?
I feel like we've just been transformed by Trent Reznor.
Bowman, you're the one that's closest to this Art Deco style.
Yeah. So I'm definitely imagining the very of course you've got like the whole Dorito body going on. It's certainly like a very angular jaw. I mean, he doesn't really have much of a beard, but you can definitely see like the jaw shape going on. I'm kind of imagining like a very wide quiver, like not the normal smaller one that he has over the shoulder, but like a whole one that like covers his entire back. You can see like the arrows poking out of it. His bow probably takes on a bit of a simpler shape, more like a long bow. And his costume is a bit probably maybe like a it's a bit darker, but you can see the color and sort of the highlights and reflections of it.
Awesome. Overdrive?
Oh god.
Okay, so I mean, yes, of course, I'm even the color of a Dorito.
You
But
are
of course,
Dorito.
instead of like holes in the mask for eyes, there's these huge white, pupilless spots where the eyes should be. And instead of a lightning bolt on the chest, it's a silver O. It's still got that speedometer half in the top half of the overdrive, so it's slightly less silver, more of a solid red. Sort of missing some of the accents. Yeah, and white eyes, of course,
Yes.
with eyebrows that come way up above the line of the mask, so you can constantly guess his facial expressions as he's making them.
Nobody wants to be Clark Kent with no eye whites.
It's the only character that had just pupils.
Yeah.
Except
That's
for
so weird.
sometimes in the animated Superman adventures, sometimes he's got eye whites, and it freaks me out every time it happens. I rewatched season 1 and 2 of that over the weekend.
Oh, that's where this came from.
You won't deny it, so.
I won't deny it. And Quirk is
Cat.
loose somewhere.
Cat?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Are we skipping Jonesy?
His is obvious.
Wow.
It's a black block.
That hurts. That hurts.
No, we've already called out what it is.
The
In the chat, it says Mortis' Mask of the Phantasm.
Okay, well, I'm imagining Centuria sort of has that like really blocky, like two triangles on top of each other, forming an hourglass shape. And the top triangle is yellow, and the bottom triangle is blue. And then her little head has like white hair on one side of it, but not the other. And she just looks real pixelated and gross. Andy?
So, Resonant is definitely that over accentuated hourglass look, and her costume is hugging the curves that they don't normally hug, and accentuating far too much of both the hips and the bust. And her hair is, instead of in the typical braid, it is more than likely just pulled back and flowing in kind of like a solid block that reaches her shoulders, because braids were not a thing in the animated Batman series. And she's just kind of looked down at herself and just go, oh, really? How am I supposed to walk like this?
Look at my hair.
And Mortis.
So Mortis goes through a pretty significant overhaul. His to the point where his costume actually takes on the appearance of his old costume from his teen days, or post-teen days, and the times that he was running around Furoberg. So it's a solid black bodysuit with kind of a ragged gray shoulder garb and hood over a white skull-like mask and silver gauntlets, and kind of like raggedy boots, fringes at the edge of the boots. He may or may not look like a trademarked character from the DC animated universe.
Just missing a blade on the hand.
Just missing a blade on the hand.
And when that Reaper scythe comes out later, we're not going to be missing that.
I gotta tell you.
Instead, he's holding a sickle in his hand that's glowing.
I gotta tell you, that puzzle has me so screwed up in the head. When Andy said curves where it doesn't normally hug the curves, like Scatterbrain's Drunken Milkman just popped into my head. Drunken Milkman, driving drunk, swerves on the curves. I blame Alex. Sorry.
You're broken too.
I am broken. I'll stop.
Oh, welcome. So, you all do come into this big gothic asylum, and you see a bald man with circular red glasses and a goatee waiting to greet you. He says, I understand you are here to see the Warden. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Hugo Strange. I am the administrator of this facility. Come in out of the rain and we can discuss our mutual friend.
So I have a quick question. Do our fictional characters know that they've stepped into a fictional world, or do they not? Okay.
How do you know it's
Batman exists in the Freedom City?
It's a big
I don't-
multiverse out there. It's a big multiverse.
I don't know if Freedom City has DC Comics.
In the decommission center?
Oh, you. It's going to be one of those kind of scenarios. Easter eggs, go!
So there's the Calvin broken meter.
Yay!
Yeah, after it broke the charts last week.
Yeah, I feel like Calvin breaks at least as much as me. So like, you guys should be counting his break.
How long have you known our mutual friend?
Oh, not long. He's only been here for a number of, couple of hours even.
What condition is he in?
He's very confused, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. He's not.
Well, give him to us.
We will discuss that in my laboratory.
We could discuss it here.
No, patient confidentiality, all that. Can't be speaking about it in the lobby. No matter how distinguished heroes you may be.
Centurio will like step up to him like real close and be like, "Take us to him now."
He kind of looks up at you. You can't see his eyes through the lenses on his glasses, but you feel like he is studying you more than afraid of you.
She'll like flex her arms a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but
You are somebody who has suffered a great deal of trauma in your life. Are you not?
don't recall asking you.
Well,
Maybe
right
save the
this way.
psychoanalyze for later.
It's been a long night, Doctor. Let's get to the patient.
Right this way. And he'll turn around and he starts walking down the hallway.
Where if he takes us to the office, I'm about to pound him into the wall.
Wow.
Centuria is not Wonder Woman.
Nope.
So, you all go heading off down the hallway as he's leading the way. He does lead you into a cell block. He takes you into the center of this room. You do see there's a number of padded cells around that have some interesting characters looking through the windows out at you all. And he brings you all over to a padded cell in the corner of this cell block. He says, "You are free to try to speak with him, but I was not able to get through to him myself."
Could we have some privacy? You don't mind.
Certainly. Anything
Turn any
for the
cameras
heroes.
off in here that you have too.
I cannot turn the cameras off. I'm sorry for that, madam.
Look for the camera.
Yeah, you see it up there.
I'm going to reach out with my ethereal ghostly hands and yank it down.
Centuria will smile at Strange and be like, "No worries, problem solved."
You are very similar to another man who comes here on a frequent basis. Well, I'll leave you to it then. And he turns around and goes walking out of the room.
Okay. What the hell?
What is this? Why do we look like this?
Some bad bowman working.
I think we're bouncing dimensions.
I've done enough dimension bouncing for honestly my life. If we could stop though.
Right. Let's just get Warden and get out of whatever reality this is.
Yeah. Let me look in the cell. Strange opened the cell, right?
Yes, he did.
All right. So I'm gonna look in and take a look at Warden. Is he in a straitjacket?
As you look in, you do see that the cell is sort of cast in shadow, in the back corner of it, and in the far corner you do see a man with his back turned to you, well, in a straight jacket with dark hair.
Okay. Guys, if you want to give me a minute.
All right.
You want to be alone in there with him? We don't know what state of mind he is.
I'm picturing that scene in The Dark Knight where Batman's interrogating the Joker. Don't let Gemma move a chair over to the door.
I don't expect you guys to go very far. Just keep an eye on the door and keep an eye on me.
You're right outside.
Yeah.
Warden, it's Resonant. Are you okay?
Still sort of in the fetal position in the corner, not saying anything.
Warden, we know what Sophie did. She played us too. But we need your help. If we don't get out of the dungeon dimension, we can't stop her. The Mask of Malador is back on Earth Prime. If Una gets a hold of that, who knows what's going to happen. We need your help. We trusted you with those villains all the way back in the Nexus. Will you trust us now?
Are you moving towards him as you're saying this?
Yes.
You hear a voice that doesn't sound like the Warden voice you know. Say very quietly, I can't help anyone else anymore. Not ever again.
And why not?
'Cause I wasn't strong enough. I've never been strong enough, not since I was 8 years old.
It's not about always being strong. I ran away from my responsibilities for a long time. I came back. It's picking yourself up and moving forward. That's what makes you able to help people.
Everything I learned about helping people, I learned watching my parents bleed to death in a gutter.
Somehow I don't think that's true.
Dr. Strange said you would say that. But he could
Dr.
fix
Strange.
you too.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, I had a moment where I was like,
Yeah.
what universes are we going to?
No, Hugo Strange.
I mean, he is a doctor.
Oh, curses! I thought we had him.
All the strangest.
Yep.
So many strange doctors. And Resonant, as you reach this person,
Marvel and
He,
DC both have a Doctor Strange.
he kind of turns over and he doesn't look anything like Warden, not even in this stylized art style.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of a handsome man with dark hair who just looks beat down and broken as he turns to sort of face you.
Does he have blue-gray eyes?
He does have
Mhm.
blue eyes. Sometimes he has pupils, sometimes he doesn't. It's weird. And as you're sort of taking stock of this, everybody, you hear gas filter into the cell block.
Oh.
In a traditional DC animated fashion, the gas knocks everybody out. It doesn't care if you're a Kryptonian.
Hey.
Everybody gets a hero point.
We weren't even in the cell.
No, the whole cell block flooded with it, though.
Oh.
I didn't get a chance to go. I'll Twitter page it.
Nope.
I'm gonna beat that guy's ass. She says right before passing.
Can't say that on TV.
You start to say ass and it cuts.
We're not on TV.
Well, you can now. My lord, these
Yeah.
superheroes got potty mouths these days. I'll tell you what.
Language.
Thomas Wayne shot that dude in the head. All right, so you guys all black out from the gas, and you all wake up in various cells around this cell block. Each of you has been fitted with a collar
Ugh.
that appears to be a power dampening collar.
Doesn't go with my outfit.
It does not go with your outfit.
Power dampening, you say?
Bowman, they also took away your powers by taking.
Damn it!
Oh.
What if they just forgot to take away your bow?
What's he gonna do? We've got guards with guns.
He still has his bow, but he still, for some reason, can't fire anything because he's got the collar on.
This collar's getting in the way.
He's got his bow, but he doesn't have his arrows.
And you all wake up in a cell block.
Do we have any other restraints on other than the collars?
No, but you are in cells. And they appear to be like plexiglass walled cells.
Is there anything else in the cells, like a bed or anything like that?
Toolkits.
There is a bed. There's a cot and a pillow, and there's a toilet.
Oh, a cot. Okay. It's got springs.
Is there one of those window openers that you keep in your car in case you get submerged in water?
No.
No.
No. Mortis, you're over on the far end of the cell block, and the person next to you is dressed in an orange prison jumpsuit, but has a scarecrow hat on his head, for lack of better description.
She does.
And he's wearing a cloth mask underneath the
Straw
hat,
sticking out of it.
with straw sticking out of it. And he kind of looks at Mortis. He says, "Oh, you're spooky, aren't you?"
No idea.
What are you in for?
Being double crossed.
There's a lot of us in here for that. Wrong place, wrong time. Did the bat get you?
No.
Say, when we break out of here, you and me, we kind of have like a similar motif. Maybe we should team up.
So what am I dressed as? Am I still in my costume, or am I wearing an orange jumpsuit with a random hooded mask for no reason?
You are wearing your cape and your hood and your mask and the collar and an orange jumpsuit.
We're not spending that much on animation, Mortis. Come on now.
He says, "You're scary, I scare people. That's my thing." That's got to be your thing too, right?
Somewhat.
So what kind of schemes are you into? What do you like to do? I like poisoning water supplies.
By fear gas.
Hey, buddy.
This mofo's creepy.
Is Mortis the only one in with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's going to be in this actually.
I just like who Bowman's between.
Oh, there's a...
Now you're just now looking at the map.
Yeah, I didn't see the map either.
Well, the map's not being shared on stream, so.
No, I
I
haven't.
feel
moved it over
typecast.
yet.
Of course, Overdrive is beside her.
How you doing?
I can't see the map.
That sucks, buddy.
Oh, there's all that shadowy crap.
Oh, and maybe I didn't give you
Scroll
vision.
down.
Let me double check, make sure I gave you vision overdrive.
Now I see it. There's just like most of it is some of that dramatic lighting stuff.
I don't even see Calvin.
Yeah, some of you might not be able to see each other because of
Oh,
dynamic
Yeah.
lighting.
that's sad.
Kevin, you do have vision. You can't see anything at all.
I can see, like, when the map popped up, it was up where everything was black. I had to scroll down to see the map.
Oh, okay. But when
I
you
see
scroll
it
down,
now.
you can see things.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Hopefully, Solomon Grundy has pants.
Solomon.
Solomon Grundy want pants too. Sorry, that's a
Yep.
robot chicken thing.
What are
Oh
they-
boy.
So looking at my soulmate, what do they call you?
I'm Scarecrow.
For sure.
What do they call you? Like Ghost Guy?
Mortis.
Ooh, Latin. You are fancy. So you don't like rob banks. You like steal dead bodies and reanimate them or something? Like what's your thing?
And agent of death itself.
Oh, I like this guy. We're gonna get along. And he goes over to his cot and lays down and puts his feet up.
How many times have you escaped this place?
Oh, 3 or 4 times. Usually somebody's got some big-headed scheme and they open the doors and they let a few of us out.
I'm gonna go up towards the entrance of my cell and see if I can see any of the others.
You should be able to see across to Resonant on the far end, and the big white zombie that she's next to. And you should be able to see Bowman from where you are, sort of catty corner to you, in between 2 clowns. It looks like.
Do we all have cellmates?
So everybody is in an individual cell, but there is a neighboring cell with plexiglass adjacent to you.
Oh, so that's why I can see 2 cells to my left and 1 cell to my right because
Yes.
there's plexiglass.
Yep.
Okay. So I am not able to see Mortis from where I'm at
Yeah, you probably don't have line. You probably don't have vision that far.
because I noticed it shifted when I moved down to the edge of the bars, but
I can only see half of Mortis.
if you move your token down to the edge of the bars, you can probably see more.
Nah, I can still only see half.
Bowman, as you're sort of moving around, the woman over there who's wearing a orange jumpsuit with blonde hair and pigtails kind of leans against the plexiglass. She says, "Hey, what are you in for? Ain't you supposed to wear green?"
He'll just like squint in response. No, you must have me confused with someone else.
No, I'm pretty sure you're that bow and arrow guy, right?
You, there's more than one guy who can use a bow and arrow.
That doesn't sound right. I feel like there's rules. I feel like there's only supposed to be one bow and arrow guy in each world.
Yeah, well, would be nice if that was the case.
But 2 elastic.
Bowman is sort of like distracted trying to like MacGyver together some sort of weapon from whatever he can pull from the cot, and he's like looking at the toilet wondering how he can get it into pieces. But I assume it's like built into the wall.
The male clown, who still has the jumpsuit on, but he's got pale white face and green hair, he kind of leans up. He says, "I'll leave him alone, Harley. He kind of reminds me of our friend with the pointy ears, except you're wearing a hood."
He'll look back between the 2 of them and just say, "Look, if there's some sort of thing between you 2, you can just conversate with each other and ignore me. I'm gonna be out of here in a minute."
"Oh, my friend, you're the thing between us. And if you're making a grand escape, I want in on it."
No, I get the feeling that most of you are supposed to be here.
Madness is a mutual thing, my friend. Nobody dresses up and puts a hood on their head without being, at least a little crazy.
I wouldn't call this madness, more of a responsibility.
You do sound like my friend with the pointy ears. Look, I get out of here all the time. If you want to get out of here, we should work together.
Really? And what do you get out of this partnership?
I get to walk free. Breathe the fresh, clean air. And I
Look,
get to eat something other than this prison slop. I mean, what is it with prison food here?
So you're what? Some sort of comedian?
I'm the Joker, the Clown Prince of Crime. What's your
That's
name,
what's going
good
on
guy?
here. Bowman will do.
Bowman. That sounds a lot like Batman.
Well, if I carried a bat, I'm sure that's what I would call myself.
You're a funny one. I like you. You know, I used to wear a hood once upon a time.
Really? I can't imagine you dressing like this.
Oh, it was red. It was very garish.
I'm sure it was.
And
Look,
the woman
this-
on the other side says, well, B-Man, if you're going to get out of here, we should get out together.
And your Harley, was it?
Harley Quinn, yes.
Oh, like, of course, I see it now. Look, you two are colorful characters, but I have things to take care of, and they don't involve teaming up with clowns in an asylum. No offense.
Oh, well, none taken. You're just going to be here for a long time if you don't want to work with me. I know the secret to this revolving door.
And what secret would that be?
Say that you'll team up with me, and I'll let you know.
How do I know you won't, I don't know, stab me in the back or do whatever it is that you do?
I would never stab someone in the back. The front, many times. But the back, that's still on sporting leg.
No. Look, there's
Look,
too many
prisoner's
important.
honor, and he puts his 3 fingers up.
There's too many important things going on in my world for me to stay here and play along with whatever this situation is.
So you do want to work together to get out of here and get back to your world, you said? Are you an alien?
It's starting to feel like it. How long have you been in here?
This time, 2 weeks.
And this bat guy you mentioned?
Ugh. He is a real pain in the keister.
So
Always
if you
spoiling
find,
our fun.
so if you and your girlfriend or whatever find your way out of here, I assume he'll probably put you back.
Not next time. Next time we'll kill him.
And how many times have you tried to do that? Because I'm getting the feeling it's a lot.
You're starting to sound like Doctor Strange.
The doctor, right. And what is his deal? Because he seemed like a kind of creepy, but he didn't seem like the type to just gas people.
Oh, he wants to dissect your brain with his words. And then with his scalpel, probably.
Phenomenal. So either I work with you or I wait for the doctor to come back.
Seems to be your choices, pal.
Hold that
Meanwhile,
thought.
over in Centuria's cell.
Hey, were you okay?
Yeah, maybe around these characters we should be careful about real names. They're looking a little, well, like they should be here, and not necessarily us. It's the lady in the cell next to me that I don't know talking to plants.
She's laying back on her cot, and she does have a potted plant next to her that she's sort of like manipulating.
And then the other side is the guy with the gangster puppet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you imagine that they put me next to the guy with the doll?
Wow, that is messed up, Centuria. Yes.
Hey,
dummy,
who are
look.
you? Who are you?
Oh no, Mr. Scarface, we shouldn't talk to her. Shut up, dummy.
Oh my god.
And the puppet kind of turns to you, and he drags the guy over to the wall. You got a little friend in your pocket there, don't you?
What's it to you?
I can feel him.
Okay,
He's like me.
cool.
We're gonna get out of here. Do you want to get out of here?
How?
Dummy here is gonna break the glass.
Can you get this collar off me? I could break glass myself.
If I get over to where you are.
Interesting.
Maybe I can show your friend how to do it.
How are you gonna break the glass?
Show it, dummy. And he says, Mr. Scarface, I don't want to. I don't think this is a good idea. Shut up, dummy. I don't pay you to think. And the guy slams his forehead into the glass. Dummy here is going to break his face until the glass breaks.
I was on board with your plan until now. Yeah, I'll find a different way. Thanks, though.
Mr. Scarface, can I stop, please? Yeah, she'll come around, dummy. And stop bleeding all over me. Suit's Italian.
How big are these collars?
Decent sized. 6 to 8 inches up from your neck to your...
So maybe the forehead might not be good, but maybe these collars might be good for breaking glass.
Do they have collars on as well?
They do not. Except for the big zombie guy over in the corner.
And the plant lady.
And what's in my room?
There's a cot and a toilet.
And I have regular people strength now.
Yes.
Ugh.
You just don't have a cape on underneath your collar, though.
It's like a tattered cape, though. I never got it fixed.
I want to start using my collar, like trying to sort of slam the collar back into the glass, in the glass between Centuria and I's cell.
Make a fortitude save when you do that.
Okay, fortitude save. Let's make sure that's not something my powers juke. Let me make sure of that. My fortitude's all natural. Alrighty then, here goes something. Slower than molasses, but there was an 18 fortitude.
You are impaired as the collar shocks you.
Ah, okay. So it doesn't like that idea.
The lady in the red kind of chuckles. She says, "Handsome, you shouldn't be doing that. You don't think we didn't try to do that?"
Well, sorry, Chatty. You didn't really, lay that one on me until after I tried it. It let the other guy smash his head into the glass, though.
Yeah, Scarface does that every now and then. He's sort of a rude little puppet.
So, is it just striking the collar that makes the problem?
I think any time somebody tries to escape, it strikes. It shocks. I haven't messed with it too much. And I didn't say anything because it's usually on the gentleman to make the first move. She kind of smiles coyly at you.
Can I hear this?
Yeah, you sure can.
Oh my god.
Centuria just scoffs.
I will upend my cot and turn my back to the plant lady, and I will sort of just look at Centuria and roll my eyes, and then I will use the cot to try and break the glass between the two of us.
Dude.
So you slam the mattress into the plexiglass and nothing.
No, not the mattress. The frame of the cot.
That's bolted into the wall.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, plant lady, what's your plan?
I'm going to wait here until I get released on good behavior. I'm rehabilitated.
Sure.
Unless your big strong friend here comes up with a good plan to get out of here.
When you say big strong friend, do you mean him?
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Please tell me the humor isn't lost on you that out of the two of us, she called you the big strong.
Okay. She's only going by physical appearance, Centuria. It's not nothing personal. She doesn't, know who we are.
I'm
Centuria's
just saying that,
blinking.
that prisoner suit seems to fill out nicely for you. What was your name? Dave?
No, it's Overdrive. Thank you.
Jesus
Thank you very much.
Christ.
Overdrive.
No different than his normal costume. It's still orange.
It's different. It's not.
He still has the mask on.
Yeah, but the eyes are all white.
Don't let her get into your head, Overdrive.
Ugh, I'm gonna lay down on the cot because I can't take anymore.
It sounds like you're trying to get into his head. What was your name? Kate?
I never said her name.
Oh. Centuria?
It sounds like that's none of your business, actually. So how about you go back and lay on your cot?
Oh Lord,
I
I'm in
haven't
hell.
gotten up.
And wait for your stupid good behavior release.
You know, he'd probably be warmer to you if you weren't so frigid.
Oh my Lord.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, I guess the heat's gonna melt the glass. I don't have to worry about breaking it.
Unfortunately, Overdrive's warmth to me is none of my concern at this moment.
Oh Lord, ladies, please! Aren't we suffering enough?
Does he have a girlfriend or something?
Oh,
Wouldn't you like
Hey.
to know?
do they? Hey, plant lady, they like take us out of here for meals? Like, how does that work?
Oh, they slide him in through the doors.
What do you mean? Is there a slot in the door?
Now that you're sort of looking at it, there's sort of a fine, sort of looks like a slot in the door.
Shit.
Meanwhile, over at Resonance Cell.
Meanwhile, in the cell.
Resident has overheard everybody else in their bantering.
They talk a lot.
Usually that's my job.
You've been very quiet. You notice he doesn't have a cot. He just sort of has to sit at the back of the room on his butt because he's too big for the cell.
Yeah. It's been a trying day.
What happened? Do you want to talk about it?
It's usually the question I ask people.
You have a good spirit, Gem Lady.
You can tell.
You've got
Not the spirit, the gems.
You were wearing gloves when they brought you in here.
Did you see where they put them?
Probably with the rest of our stuff.
Oh.
I don't have stuff, but some of the other people have stuff.
Yeah. What's your name?
Solomon Grundy.
Nice to meet you, Solomon. I'm Resonant.
Resonance.
Yeah. Answer your question. You ever lose someone, gain them back, and then lose them again, all in the span of a day?
Solomon Grundy know what that like. Solomon Grundy
Yeah.
was born on Monday and died on Thursday.
And back again on Monday?
Yeah,
Just over and over again, huh?
it's a busy week. I get christened a lot, though. One time I got to wear a christening gown.
Why are you in here this time?
This bad brain put me in here.
Did the warden come and see you?
One time. He doesn't talk
Just-
to me, though.
No?
He says I'm too simple.
I think he underestimates you.
Solomon Grundy kind of looks over at you, lurches over, and he seems confused. Gem Lady nice to Solomon Grundy?
Why not?
Nobody be nice to Solomon Grundy since Bird knows.
Bird knows.
Bird knows is gone, though.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We get out of here.
Yeah, I have to help my friends out of here.
He kind of walks over to the edge of the cell and puts his big hands up and he says, "Which friends?"
Those two in the middle. The one with the one next to the one in the scarecrow mask, and the one between the clown and the lady with the pigtails. And Warden, is that you?
Yeah. They got you too?
Yeah, the Warden in here is foul play, Master.
Yeah, he's a real asshole.
Him too, Solomon.
He say bad word. Nobody's allowed to say bad word.
The Warden.
The Sky.
The Sky?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Watch. And Solomon Grundy kind of braces himself and he looks over at Warden through the plexiglass. Warden's like, "Ah, shit." And as he starts to say shit, this big, like, black bar appears in front of him and slams him up against the wall.
This is the worst universe ever.
Censored!
Oh my god.
See, no bad words.
I see. Can you help us?
Grundy, collar. He pushes on the glass and he doesn't seem strong enough to push through it.
Yeah. Kind of feeling you there.
But we get out. Warden come for you soon.
Did he say something? When he put us here?
He said I'll be back.
No.
But he never told Grundy how long till he come back.
Does he do that with anybody else? Or is it different?
Everybody but Grundy.
Hmm.
He takes them to have talkie time with them. He'll have talkie time with you.
Well, can't say I'm looking forward to that.
And Resident, you hear, I mean, all of you player characters hear this like disgruntled teenage voice say, "Ah, boring. Keep going. Fast forward." And you all start moving in high speed, going through the motions of trying to make your plan out of here. And one by one, Hugo Strange comes and gets each of you. And as he brings Resonant back, after fast forwarding through all of the talking stuff, the teenage voice is like, "I thought this was supposed to be a superhero fighting show. This is what I signed up for. You know what? We're gonna have a fight." And he, you hear things pause, and all of you sort of freeze in place. And the shitty little teenage kid shows up with this coif of blonde hair, dressed in a Dungeon Dimension prison suit with a remote control.
So that's what this is.
I found some old QHS tapes in my grandma's attic in the Qverse. And
Oh
This
no.
one said that it was supposed to be a wonderful superhero show that won a bunch of awards or whatever, but this is all talking. Why are you all talking?
Because we're trapped and don't have any powers, you twit.
let us out of here and we can stop talking.
Oh, you need powers?
Yeah, you just need to take these collars off.
The
Yeah,
Freedom
we'll
Wing
give you
doesn't
the
need
fight you
powers.
wanted. What?
The Freedom Wing didn't need powers.
Do you know the Freedom League?
I watched their episode.
Right. So, Johnny Rocket, super speed.
Well, not
That's a
really now.
Yeah. Bolt. Lightning. That's a power.
His power is broken hearts. I saw that too.
Oh ho ho!
That's her
Centuria
fault.
just
He points over at Centuria. Well, if you all need
man.
powers to make this exciting, I guess I can give you those back. And he pushes a couple of buttons on the remote, and all of you get your 90s DCAU costumes back, and the collars fall off. All of the supervillains also get their costumes on, and their collars fall off. And Quirk says, "That's more like it." And he says, "Fight!" in a big Mortal Kombat voice. And he disappears.
Oh, he disappears. I wanted to punch him first. I knew that's a dumb idea as a player, but
Yeah.
my character doesn't care about that.
So, everybody go ahead and roll for initiative, and then we'll go to break.
Oh man,
Oh,
woo!
he and his murderous cliffhangers. That's appallingly low.
Shut up. You're
Okay.
still gonna go first.
When you have a plus 32, a 38 is disappointing.
What do you even mean?
Alright, well, I'm going to switch us over to break in 5, 4, 3, 2... Why am I saying that out loud? That's dumb.
I don't
We're going to go to break, everybody. Get up. Stretch your legs.
Get off of my channel.
Grab a drink
We'll
of water,
return
grab
after
a
these
snack.
messages.
Yeah, we'll return after these messages.